Hey guys, Mike Hagee, Scott Pridemore. Today we're going to get real and just pose some really tough questions to one another. Questions that we tend to get day in and day out working in the real estate space here in Charlotte. So here we go. Mike, thank you. Let's go ahead and get my home listed. I know your market analysis said 525, but everything is selling on my street for 8-10% higher than list. I'd like to list our house at 560. Are you okay with that?
When we look at the lens from what a buyer thinks about, we have to have that understanding as it relates to pricing. And there's three ways to price a home. There's a way to underprice the home and on purpose to get and generate a bidding war, and there might be reasons for that. There's also a pricing strategy where generally we fall into with what the market is providing. And then there's an opportunity if we feel like being a trendsetter or first in a market in a neighborhood. We have done that in many cases to push the pace, but there has to be that one it factor or some other reason, a variable that is, maybe it has a pool that's been done and it's a $150,000 pool. Well, that's different than maybe the context of the neighborhood, but it warrants being a trendsetter in that area. I have noticed there's a couple other houses nearby that seem to be sitting on the market for a while. Did I overpay?
So let's talk about the reasons why you chose this home. You wanted something that was move-in ready and updated, okay? It happens to be that those two other homes that are on the market are not updated. With every home being unique, a home's worth what a buyer's willing to pay for it, right? Given that we've been working with each other for 6 months, you had a really good gauge on what you get for your money and what you don't get for your money. And we concluded in the very beginning that based on those factors, it was a fair price. I know I want to put my best foot forward. I don't need to do a home inspection, do I?
The owner may very well take the approach of, let's see how many offers we can get so we have a market sampling to get a highest and best situation. From the buyer standpoint, removing contingencies allows that offer in the midst of a multiple offer scenario or a likelihood for that scenario to stand out above what you think might be there. I am in favor, in general, is always having a home inspection so you can have a third party outside the influence of the actual immediate transaction come in, provide an evaluation, and that way you're given the most information to decide, is this truly the home that you want to move forward with? I've been reading these things in the headline. Just seems like things have been moving so fast in the market. Is there a bubble? Is there a crash coming?
The frame of reference that I have to draw from is certainly 2008, the credit crisis, the tech bubble in the late 90s. Where we are today has no resemblance to either of those instances in the past, okay? The reality is we have a very strong economy, a very strong employment market, and we have tremendous consumer confidence. And in addition to all those three factors, we still have a shortage of supply. I feel like we're nowhere near being in a bubble. That's not to say we may not have a balancing of the market here maybe in the next couple of years. By no means do I suggest we'll fall off a cliff. This was my mother's house, and I'm helping her sell it. She's got floral wallpaper, shag carpet. Why can't we just sell it as is?
You want to capture as many people as possible that may be interested in your home. The way to do that is to bring it up to cosmetic improvements that may yield the highest amount of attention. We'll walk through the tale of three scenarios. The first one being, don't lift a finger. It's as is. I'm selling to a builder, an investor, a developer. The second way would be, doing minimal repairs, mostly cosmetic, landscaping, painting. And then there's the overhaul, and this would be an overture where you'd have a neighborhood that would warrant the highest return on investment. It might look like a bathroom remodel, a kitchen remodel. The appraisal came back low. What are we going to do about it?
We're making an offer on a highly competitive property. We had the conversation around what other resources you might have available to you should that happen. But the reality is an appraisal is an opinion of value. And that opinion and value is the appraisers in delivery directly to the bank. If you make an offer and it doesn't appraise and the buyer doesn't have the means to make up the differential or adjust for in the interest rate, then certainly a buyer can go back to the seller and request a change in sales price or some type of credit to absorb that differential. There are no guarantees. Everything's negotiable.
Our goal today is to be educational. As always, we come from a place of contribution.
For real estate, we feel like we've got good information to give.
Mike Hagee, Scott Pridemore, and we're with the Pridemore team at Compass. Thanks for watching this video on Tough Questions.